Hi everybody, this is Rose of Sharon, and I'm back again with another book review. I just recently read John Bellairs's Lewis Barnavelt in The Beast Under the the Wizard's Bridge. I will say that slower. The Beasts Under the Wizard's Bridge by John Bellairs and Brad Strickland. And I think the only one I don't have is The Hand of the Necromancer. Well, actually, yeah, I do have The Hand of the Necromancer. The only one I don't possess is Sign of the Three, I think, because this is the only one that is really stupendously difficult to procure. But this one mentions Mr. Izzard from The House with the Clock on Its Walls, and it has that same kind of foreboding. There is a man who was to have said to have tried to use some necromancy and get involved with a Necronomicon. And I thought, seriously, why would you ever want to get your hands on a Necronomicon? Yeah, for the power and prestige and ultimate control. Yes, those things are true. However, one wizard can lose their soul. And there was an account here of misplacing the soul in other parts of the body, like with Achilles, and there was an Irish myth about Kano, and I thought, oh, I'm familiar with that because of my background, but I had forgotten, and it's interesting that Bellairs actually puts that in there because it adds a little extra just trivial knowledge for those of us who enjoy myth and legend and lore. But like every other Bellairs book that there is, and of course I like the Lewis looking up at the wall and the hallway, and the house is actually giving him a warning. I'm not going to say what that warning is, but if you know Latin, then yeah, you know what the warning means. But that's a slight spoiler, and the house is always doing this. If you've seen a house with the clock in its walls, you know the house is enchanted. So that's to be expected. And he continues that thread. And of course, Lewis is still ever the worrywart, but through the magic of friendship, he's able to overcome this evil that he encounters, and it's more of a very ominous entity that he and Rose and Florence and Jonathan actually fight together, and it's wonderful to see Florence in action again because I just absolutely love her. She's my favorite of all the characters other than Rose. I absolutely adore her. I honestly want to write a Lewis Barnavelt myself and having them older, but what I want to do is I want to incorporate Lewis and Rose and have a crossover of sorts with him, and of course Johnny Dixon and Anthony Munday. I think it would be very intriguing to have all of them collide because they're all similar characters and they all have similar flaws, and they all deal with their own personal issues, but they're all different in their ways. And it'll be a lot of fun just to bring them all together and just one final story, I think, to just unite the whole Bellairs literary universe. I'm going to call it the BLU for lack of terminology because there is none. So I will write my first BLU. I can't really say that much else about the book in and of itself. It's woefully short. I like the cover on the back. It's actually, that's a spoiler, and they do mention Lovecraft, so you can imagine why they would mention Lovecraft in this book, but for a children's book to be mentioning Lovecraft, you think, ooh, just really? children's books should not be mentioning Lovecraft or even touching Lovecraft because Lovecraft will give you nightmares. But, anyways, it's intriguing that they would delve into something so deep and dark and foreboding and just terrifying. But despite that, I think it's very apropos and gives you a good depiction as to what these characters are facing and how grave the implications are. That's pretty much all I have to say about The Beast Under the Wizard's Bridge. So, till next time, live long and prosper. Chapter D.